Hello my lovelies, for those of you who have been reading my blog, you already know that I've been trying out a few new foundation products and a new primer. And this is the Benefit That Gal primer, and it comes in a little glue stick like this, and then you just wind it up through here and the product comes out in there. It's basically like a glue stick. And I've been trying this out for just over a week, I think. And I've tried it with different foundations that I've got, and I have to say, I don't love it. I do like it and I will use it, and I do think it's a good primer, but for me, well, let's start. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a pink tone, which is perfectly fine for me, and you rub it in and there's no colour. But the thing is, it's not, I'm used to something like Smashbox Photo Finish, and mine's pink because mine has the SPF 15. But this, unlike the Photo Finish primer or any other kind of silicone-based primer like Matte's Cream, is really sticky. When you first put it on, it's a cream formulation, and then afterwards it starts becoming a little tacky. Now I guess that's because, you know, that helps your foundation stick to your face, and I have noticed that it does help my foundation stay on longer. It also reduces oiliness just a little bit, but I mean, it's not fantastic. It's not going to make your foundation last all day if it only lasts till lunchtime. It will give you maybe a couple of extra hours, but I haven't seen a very noticeable difference. I've been using this mostly with my Makeup Forever HD because the stickiness of this, once you put it on your face, and I let mine sink in for a little bit, and then you can feel there's a slight tackiness to your face, and when I start putting my foundation on with the 187, I found that using anything thicker, and this is quite a runny liquidy foundation, as those of you who've tried it know, it just leaves streaks and it's really difficult to blend. I've been also testing out the Revlon Colourstay. There's been much hype about this, and of course MAC's new Studio Sculpt. These foundations don't really work on top of that primer, I have found, and I'm sure the same can be said of Studio Fix. Because they're thicker and they're generally less emollient than something like this very liquidy Makeup Forever, it really does make it difficult to apply. It takes a much longer time to buff it away, and it can streak, and especially with this one, because it's already a gel formula. If you don't, you know, smooth it out straight away, it will streak. So I'm not too impressed with that. It's not like other primers that just give you that slick feeling and you put on your foundation and it just looks flawless. You do need to work a little bit, but if you do have problems with your foundation lasting, it is worth checking out. As for these two foundations themselves, I really like the Revlon Colourstay. I've only used it a few times, but it does give really good coverage. For me, it's a little bit too heavy because I like a slightly lighter foundation. I have the lightest colour they make, which is almost too light, which is amazing, as normally everything's too dark, like NW15. Look at the colour difference in that. NW15 is almost too dark for me. As for the MAC one, I don't really know. I'm going to have to come back to this at a later date. I don't particularly like the gel formulation. I think it would, well, with the 187 it's not been working well for me. I want to get the 109, 106, the flat top brush, and see how it works with that. I've tried applying it with my fingers and it works much better than with the 187 because it's so thick. I find that the 187 doesn't really get in there and buff it out as well. But it's true, you need a very, very small amount of it. And it is pretty moisturising, but as my skin gets a little oily anyway, I don't feel like I need the extra moisture. So at the end of the day, it's still love for the Makeup Forever. If I wear a liquid foundation, then I will always reach for this one. I will wear the others depending on if I need more coverage, but this is just love. Love. So I hope that answers some of your guys' questions. Oh, pardon me. As I've had a few questions on my blog about how I found the foundations and the primer. I know that Tiffany D recommended this, and I do see the advantages of using this, but for me it's just a little bit too much work. Thank you, my lovelies, and please check out if you want to see this makeup look coming up in another video. Okay, lots of love, bye bye.